Good morning everybody and welcome back to the channel. It's a grey and dismal morning. I'm going down to the allotment now. I've got one job to do and it's a job that I don't really like doing, but let's get down there and get cracking on this cold, miserable winter's day. It's damp and dismal, and that's what we've got. Yeah, I'm down this morning. Quite a landmark task really. I emptied the other two compost bays, and what I want to do now, I've got quite a few bulk bags. So what I'm going to do is empty this compost bay, which is full. It's not degraded, gone degraded or anything yet. Into the manageable weights, into the bags, into the van, and then I'll drive round and I'll put them in my new compost bay. And when I say landmark, I mean that's pretty much me done on here really, other than a tidy up. And the tidy up, to be fair, I am going to get other people in because I just want to walk down the plot, picking up any bits of bricks, whatever. The ones that I don't want, I'll pile up because the new people might want them. And just getting rid of any scrap bits of metal and things like that. And just leaving it in a really decent state for somebody to take on. So, as you know, I don't like hanging about these compost bays. Because of obviously the long tails, there don't seem to be any holes in the back. So I'm going to give it the knocking about to make sure there's no on, and then we'll see how we get on. It seems we've got a new plot holder moving on next door but one to the front plot. Onto Joe's old plot, which at the moment is a little bit, it looks quite messy, but it's in good order underneath all the rubbish. You know, if you get all the rubbish away, all the beds are made and everything. So it's nice to get somebody on, and they seem keen enough. They were on yesterday in the pouring down rain. Let's knock this about a bit. Right, let's get this lid off. Oh, there is an hole. There is an hole. Right. Let's get started. As I say, this is... Oh, there is rat holes in here. I don't know what to do here. There is definitely... Do you think they'll still be in there? Well, I'm going to start. I don't want these on. I'll burn them. You see me tensively picking it up. I can't believe how this is rotted down, because I didn't expect it to be as good as this. leave me to it. Get a few bags done and load it into the van. Absolute nightmare trying to fill these up because they're always falling in on themselves. So I've got for myself a couple of road pins. Put the hook on. That's it, one more. That should be better. Right, so that's, how many have I done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bags. They've got about 20. I ended up having to use the long-handed spade because it's broken down that well that using the gripe it was just falling through. It was taking forever. So I've got the first lot, so let's get it loaded into the van. It's alright getting into the van. When I get it round to the side, got to get it into the bays. And I was hoping that I could just tip it over the fence. But I might have to think again on that one. So, the plan is, out of the van, and into the furthest bed, because this is further on than I thought. So I reckon another couple of months in there, now it's been turned, it'll be ready to be sieved out and used. So I'm going to put it on the furthest one and start a new brew off in this first one. And then the idea is when I empty the second one, it's the right way for me to toss it over and turn it. So it's whether or not I can lift it over there. This is a light one, some of them are a bit heavier. I'll be stuck if I can't get these over there. I'll have to pull forward and then drag them through and put them in on that side, but I'm going to give this a go first. heavier. I did say the other day, I like to make sure I've done a bit so that I can relax in the afternoon. I certainly relaxed this afternoon. I ain't getting any younger. So there we go. That's the first load in. And again, it's great stuff is this. Definitely recommend compost bays to Daleks. I think they're quicker. And they've got to be a good square metre and at least 2 bays. I think you're going to get 2 of these a season. At the beginning, one at the beginning, one towards the end. If you've got 3 bays, you're laughing. Right, let's get back to the other end. Well folks, one more trip and the job's completed. But I'll tell you now, that has been some hard yakka. Get in. Last one. All nice and empty. That's certainly blown the cobwebs off. So there we go, finally. Bay 1 empty. Bay 2 empty. And Bay 3 empty. And what I've been doing is I've been copping for these daffodil bulbs that were in the compost. One of my work planters got damaged, so all the spent compost went into this bay, and there must have been some daffodils mixed up within it. So I've pulled them to one side I'm going to get them planted in Lily's bed. More about Lily's bed shortly. So there we go. All in. I'm really pleased. I think one of the success stories for me last year has to be the compost. It's the first time I've used bays. I made those bays, as if you look back in my videos, early last year, and all three of them have produced fantastic stuff. And this, I'm sure, once I get the plastic back on and this covered for another 6-8 weeks, is going to be great. I can just run this through a sieve and start using it, and do a mix, maybe even grow some seed in it, I don't know. But it does look really good, and I'm really pleased now that the main hard work is done on that back plot now. You know, it is literally just cosmetic stuff. So yeah, from the day me deciding to move plots to today, you know, what are we looking at? Are we looking at about 3 months? 3 months, something like that. There's been a hell of a lot of work done in 3 months, and I've got to say, I'm looking forward to relaxing and enjoying it, you know, because it's going to be condensed into one space. It's going to be so much easier to look after. Right, I'm going to nip down to that plot. I'm going to get those daffs. I'm going to take you across to Lily's bed. So here we are in Lily's bed. Lily, for those people, those new subscribers, was my late mother-in-law, who unfortunately passed away, as it was, a year as of tomorrow. And before she passed away, she passed these 3 dwarf fruit trees onto me, and we decided to make this bed at the front sort of memorial bed to her. She loved yellow, she loved flowers, she loved tulips, and yeah, we thought we'd do something just to remind us of her. I have a good neighbour over the road who made me a little plaque. I don't know if you can read it there. And this is what's going to go in the bed. Think of Lily and smile. I certainly will be doing that, and my wife will. And on the back there, it says Mum. So this was made by John Adamson, my neighbour over the road, for me and my wife. Really do appreciate it, John. And it's going to go in this bed. As soon as you walk through that plot, it's going to be the first thing that you see. And what I'm going to do, my wife will be watching this one, I'm going to charge her with looking after this bed. So this bed's going to be now Lily and Bev's bed. So Bev, you can think of what plants you want to put in here, and you can tend it. And while you're doing that, you can think a little. Let's put this in place. Put it, I think, right in the centre here. That looks lovely. I'll bring you in for a closer look. So as soon as you walk through the gates into the plot, there we are. And there we go, Lil. That's for you. So folks, I'm going to end the video where I started it. And that's in the van. I've done what I've needed to do today. A great relief to get that compost moved, but also a lovely way to end my session at the allotment today, thinking of Arlil. So I will be back with you hopefully midweek. I'm hoping that we have a little bit brighter weather. It has brightened up a tad, but it still ain't nothing to write home about. So I'd like to thank everybody for watching. Thank you to all my new subscribers. Hit the like button if you've enjoyed this video, and you can also hit the notification bell if you want notifying of any other content that I put up. And I would just like to say, yeah, thanks. Have a great rest of the weekend, and I'll see you soon. Until then, take care and happy growing.